She's on fire.
We are about to be live in about 2 seconds, and then I'll make you host again, Priscilla. So we are live. We are live.
All right, guys. Welcome. Let's get more people log in. If you guys want to share this on your social media or share on the chat. Who else are we waiting for? Okay. Hi, good morning, Wanda.
Morning.
Morning, Wanda.
Morning. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
We
survived the 4th of July weekend.
Yes.
We did.
I still have my red.
You still.
Oh, you're still celebrating?
Yes. I don't know if we have something to celebrate, but I'm celebrating.
Bueno, a menos que.
All right, guys. So let's start sharing this on your social so we can get starting in 2 minutes. We'll give it 2 more minutes before we start. Everybody had a great 4th?
It was good. The weather wasn't all that helpful, but it was good.
But it didn't rain on my side of the town. We had no rain at all.
No.
Right?
It didn't rain Friday, Saturday. So yesterday was an amazing
Priscilla,
day.
your host again, okay?
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Caesar.
All right. So have a good call.
Events.
Thank you. All right, guys. So I know we YouTube Live, that's when we don't have the music blasting. Since when we go to YouTube, unfortunately, they will report us. So again, that's why we don't have the music. So let's go ahead and start getting the people in so we can, get this call going. We have right now, we got some people already on YouTube. Hey guys, the call will not stay YouTube Live, so can we please share this link on the chat, the link for the host, because unfortunately it won't stay live. So
What link you want me to share?
the panel link.
The panel link.
The panel. Okay. So if you want to share with anyone in the chat or anyone, because unfortunately we have technical difficulties.
It's Monday.
All right, so let's share the panel. So if you guys have anybody who can't log in, please share the panel for us. The panel link.
Okay, let me share.
So we can get Cheryl. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm okay.
So today we have some to bring you up to speed technical difficulty with the YouTube, so we won't be able to go YouTube Live. But if you guys share the panel link and help us share that instead, until everybody.
Where's my wallet? But it is active on YouTube.
It's still live on YouTube.
Yeah, I can see you.
Oh, Caesar said it was not live. Okay.
Look.
Oh my. All right.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so we good. Good morning. Okay, say good morning to everyone in the chat. All right.
Events.
Yes, can you share him the link again to see if he can log in?
And I have my wallet. Record is in here.
Yeah, Vanessa.
And I have my wallet.
Hey, Vanessa, can you
Vanessa.
click mute?
All right.
Thank you. All right, guys, so let's get this party started. I know we have some people still trying to log in. Let's see if we can get everybody situated. We had 10 people here now, and we have about 11 in YouTube. So, okay, guys, so welcome to another Mindset Monday. And we're excited. I was on vacation for 2 weeks. I'm excited to be back. I'm still feel a little sleepy, but it is that Monday. No matter what's going on, we have to get up and rise and get up and shine. So one of the things that I want to share with you guys is that we have a lot going on this week. Cheryl's going to go over all the great stuff that's coming on, not only this week, but the next 2 months. So we had great events. So Cheryl, you want to take over that?
Sure, guys. The first thing we cannot forget is that we're gonna have the Jaque Mate. Jaque Mate is gonna be on August 21st and August 22nd. Yes, because one day was not enough. So why I'm so excited about Jaque Mate? Because there we're gonna have some speakers that I'm excited to meet. One of them is gonna be the marketing person for Rolex, Ferrari, and so many other big brands that is going to teach you how they do it to separate themselves to other brands. The other one that I'm so excited to see, Jesus Balbuena. He's going to teach us how to do the marketing brand for our business. Because people want to do business with people they like and they trust, and how you can promote that, how people can connect with you, and how you can elevate your marketing brand just for you. Not only it needs to be in your career, it's for everything in general. Hi, Vince.
Hello, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Vince. I'm so happy you are here.
Look at Priscilla. Look at you, fresh off the plane, girl.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Your trip looked amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome back to reality.
I am back in the right. All right, Cheryl. So what else do we have for that meeting, for that event?
In that event, we're gonna have also we're gonna have super amazing speaker. The other one is gonna be a listing agent that only takes listing from 2 million and up. I love the idea to I'm sorry, to have someone like this, because he's gonna teach you how we can get to that level. He only takes listing over 2 millions. How we can get there? How did he promote himself so people with 10 millions and up can come to him and they feel that they need him to list his property? So there's gonna be too many amazing speakers. That's what is 2 days. What I can tell you guys is for right now, the VIP ticket it's going super fast, and it's because they're going to increase the price in I think it's in 1 week. Right now the VIP is around $495. They're going to increase it for $595. They also have the general is around $150. So I would highly recommend you to get your ticket now before it increase on the prices. Why we need to be there? So we can start looking at our business in a different way, so we can adapt and take all those nuggets and implement in our business. In another hand, we also have Leadership Friday. So if you want to see what else can you do to make money in your business, to create another social income, or to elevate your business, so right now you want to be in another position or try something different, Leadership Friday is going to be there as well. We share the link via WhatsApp, and it's going to be as well at 8 a.m. And what else do we have, Priscilla? I know we have the back to school that is going to be, it's going to be on August 9 at 10 a.m. in our office. If you know anybody that needs all the supplies to go back to school for their kids, we're going to be there. And also, if you want to be part of this and want to donate, you can bring those supplies to the office. Or if you don't have the time, we're just asking to bring the money and we buy those items for you, and we just prepare the basket for you.
Yeah. It's a huge event. I mean, we always, try to give back as much as we can. And the back to school event is one of those events that we all come together. So I would love for everybody to be able to participate on that event. You can drop off a backpack, like Cheryl said, you can donate $25. That's all we ask, $25. So we can go ahead and buy that. Our goal is to do at least 100 backpacks to be able to give back to the community. And besides
Because
that,
the secret of living
is giving.
is giving.
Exactly. So also don't forget on Thursday, money making activity is going to be at 10 a.m. So we love to see everyone there. It's going to be at the Nona office, and Friday is at 8 a.m. as well. We early birds, we know. We're going to have our leadership team meetings that we do every Friday. Also, if you know anyone who would like to become part of La Rosa, this is a great opportunity to come in and learn what we have to offer. All right, guys, so let's get this mindset.
1 second. First, I would like to say hello to Kenol Cadet. He's from New American Funding. He sponsored this Mindset Monday. Welcome.
Thank you. It's always an honor to be here with you guys every Monday morning, no matter what happened. Once again, I hope you had a great July 4th. If it's okay with Priscilla, just 1 minute to share quick story with you guys, what happened, what I've been seeing in this market the past few days. A lot of not only realtor clients calling me and asking about line of credit. But what I'm realizing, guys, people usually do that when it's too late. What I mean by too late, to get a line of credit, it's not like a first mortgage. A first mortgage, as long as you have a 580, you can get an FHA loan. While if you're trying to get money from your equity, it's different. You have to have a decent credit, preferably excellent credit. You have to have good income. It's not like you can do non-QM like we do in mortgages. But the beauty, what I want you to understand, and this is for yourself as well, and for your client, you have the equity. If you use it, you pay interest in what you use. If you don't use it, it's money you have available in case of emergency. Whether it's you, whether it's your client, I think what we need to share with our clients is to let them know, don't wait when you have an issue, and that's when you try to use it. Just have it there in case of emergency, whether you needed to buy a second home or whether you're trying to buy a new home because you get transferred from your job and unfortunately you're not able to sell the current home yet. But if you have a good home equity, you can say, you know what, let me take 20% from there and put it down. That can help you qualify. It is extremely important to share that with your client, but it's a product that I believe in it myself, that I do for me, and I share with all my realtors to do the same thing. The key is if you use it, you pay interest on what you use. You don't use it, you don't pay interest. It works exactly like a credit card. Thank you guys for giving me that minute to share this information with you.
That is a very good information, Kenol, because a lot of people cannot sell the house because the market, but they have a lot of equity, or maybe they don't want to sell the house because the interest rate is very low.
Yeah.
But sometimes they need the money to pay credit cards or pay other stuff. This is very good information. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you. All right, guys. So let's get this Mindset Monday started today. Again, I know we have a fantastic Mindset Monday with Mr. Vincent
Yes!
Motivation. So he is back. You guys asked me for. I got tons of texts and emails of how that call was and how do they. A lot of the agents, Vincent, you had no idea how much you impact them. How they, working the little behind off now, saying, oh my God, just need to get up and do it. So thank you so much for that. And today we were talking about wealth mindset versus poverty mindset when it comes to real estate. So a lot of us get that blockage thinking about the only 1% out there can make it, but how can we unblock that? How can we go ahead and help our mindset become that, like Cheryl said, that this event, Hack and Market, is coming up. there is an agent there who is only listing property at $2 million and up. So that's a wealth mindset. So again, that's going to be our topic today. And I hope everybody can jump in and go ahead and take notes. I have my notebook here, so everybody please take note because today's going to be amazing. Go ahead, Vincent.
I love it. I love it. Well, good morning, my La Rosa family. Me, La Rosa familia.
Rosa.
Hey, see, look, I'm getting it. I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer and I'm getting better. I love all of you guys. Well, good morning. It's time to turn up. I love Mondays. You know, this is a great topic of conversation. I'm working with one of your agents right now really closely. I think you guys all know Monica. Monica Paz. I don't know if she's on the call, but I've been working with Monica, and all this formulates. There she is.
She's there.
Hello.
Hi,
There's
Monica.
my friend.
Morning.
Good morning. The sweetest lady ever.
Oh,
And
thank you.
I want all of you to know Monica and meet Monica, because Monica, when we met, Monica, the very first thing that I saw, that I see in most agents, I see it all the time, even in the mortgage community, on the mortgage side for loan consultants, I see it on both sides. And for example, when I met Monica, she had a listing in West Palm Beach and it wasn't moving. And she wanted to get some help. But what happened was, when we sat down and we dove into her opportunity, if you will, her listing that she had, there was a little bit of a sign of something that I saw that I wanted to help Monica with over everything else, which is the one key word I want all of you to remember: confidence. Confidence. Confidence is everything in life. Confidence is everything in your business, in your personal life, everything. And what happens when you have a listing that's going stale, it's not moving? We start to lose confidence, right? We start to have a mindset of disbelief. We start to get to that point where we start to be a little harder on ourselves. What are we doing wrong? What can I do better? Why is this happening to me? Why is my property not moving when everybody else's is? My house is nicer than these other ones. I don't understand, right? And so confidence is the key word for today that I want everybody to remember and I want everybody to use. Because when I sat down with Monica and we started working, what Monica did not realize was that I was showing her how to rebuild her confidence. And what we did, right, Monica? What we did was we just hit the reset button. It's okay to hit the reset button in life. And so what we did was we hit the reset button. And what we did was we revitalized her listing. We got new pictures. We changed her wording in the public remarks. We freshened everything up. We gave it some life. And then what happened, Monica? A week later, you go under contract, right? Here's what I'm getting at. I want everybody to understand something. What you do in life and in your business, you have to have confidence in yourself, in your abilities. You have to believe that you are the best. I like to tell everybody, act as if. Act as if you are the president and CEO, because you really are. You're an entrepreneur. You work for yourself. This is your business. So you need to act as if. You need to go into your listing appointment. You need to go to your buyer consultations. You need to have confidence. I'm going to give you another example, especially for all my single mommies out there. Okay, you ready? If you're at the bar and you're out having a good time, and a lady or a man, a gentleman, they talk to you, but you could tell they have no confidence. They're not looking at you when they talk. They don't believe. They're stuttering. You can't even have a decent conversation. What happens?
Walk away.
You walk away, right? You're not interested. You're like, dude, come on. Like, if you're going to come talk to me, at least bring some conversation to the table, right? Men and women both. It's just a thing, right? It's like, hey, when you walk up to somebody and you don't have any confidence, the conversation's probably not going to go anywhere, right? However, if you were to walk up and get into that same opportunity, but you had confidence, you started talking, not cocky, confidence, to where you started having a conversation, you started to use your words, you started to hold your head up high, you maintain eye contact. Those are the mannerisms that just explode confidence.
Exude confidence.
Exactly. And so, like, for example, if you are sitting trying to make a decision on something today, for example, and we hang up this call and we don't feel confident in ourselves, what are we going to do? We're going to sit at home and we're going to procrastinate. We're not going to get up. We're not going to get moving. We're not going to do the things that we really want to do, even though we need to do them. But what happens is we get down on ourselves and we have no confidence. And if you have no confidence in yourself and your ability, winning the day, winning the week, winning the month, winning the year, it's going to show. It's going to show with everything that you do. It's going to show in your conversations. It's going to show in your work ethic. It's going to show just all over that you just don't have confidence. You don't believe in yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself and you don't have confidence, how are other people going to believe in you? How are they going to see that you are the one that they want to work with over everybody else? So that mindset that we talked about last week starts now with this week with, hey, let me show you how to build the mindset. And it all starts with confidence. You have to act as if, you have to hold your head up high. You have to know that whether you're new in this business or you've been in this business 10 years, 20 years, I don't care about the gentleman that you guys are going to see that only takes $2 million listings. Make no mistake about it. We all started somewhere. We all started somewhere. And Rome was not built in a day. Rome was not built in a week. Rome was not built in a month, a year, 2 years, 5 years. It takes time. But the time that you put in with the confidence behind it will start to build you and your business in a way that makes you untouchable. When I say untouchable, again, do not mistake confident with cocky. But what I'm getting at is if you want to go out there and you want to do $2 million listings, you can do it. If you want to go out there and you want to be the agent that's closing 5, 10 transactions a month, you could do it. What is one of the biggest billboards that we see all over Orlando? Mark Spain, right? We see his signs everywhere. Mark Spain. But here's what he did. He started out, got his license, had no idea, no direction, and now look at where he is today. He acted as if he got into this business. He was not afraid. He was not coming into this business saying, what do I do next? He went and said, what am I going to do next? Leveling up. And so everything that he did was confident. Every single one of you needs to believe in yourself and your abilities, and it all starts with your confidence. And so I'm going to pause there for a minute. I want to ask each and every one of you, if you want to chime in, what does confidence mean to you? What do you believe that your best ability and strength is to show that you are a confident person?
I definitely believe on the saying. I always keep that fake it until you make it.
Fake it till you make it. Okay, I like it. Nothing wrong with that.
One of my things. I get up in the morning. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna get up, dress up, no matter how I feel, and we're gonna go out there and we're gonna fake it until we make it. And then that mindset, because when I started going into the mindset of fear, mindset of looking around on competition, see who's doing what, that definitely gets you into that poverty mindset. So my mindset, I always try to do, okay, how I can become wealthy The wealth mindset is, I believe, the fake it to make it, but with that caveat, like you say, they'll be cocky about it.
Yeah, and I wanna kind of highlight a little bit more what Priscilla is saying when she says fake it till you make it. What she is stating to all of you, what she is saying is, I'm not going to be afraid to fail. I'm confident in myself. I'm confident in my ability. So I'm going to fake it till I make it, meaning even if I fail, that doesn't mean I lost. That means I need to learn and I need to grow. However, that's called failing forward. When you fail forward, that means that you know that you could pick yourself up and you could still keep moving forward. You could fix it. Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes in life. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do. Nobody is perfect. Nobody could sit here and say, I'm perfect. Nobody. It's not possible. But what she's saying is, I'm going to fake it till I make it because I'm going to figure it out. And if I don't get it right the first time, I'll get it right the second time. And I'm not afraid to fail forward. Confident. I'm going to fake it till I make it. I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah, and I always have a mindset of for every problem, there is at least 3 solutions. So I focus more on how I can find the solution instead of focus on the actual problem.
100%.
And that also helps to switch that mindset too.
Yeah.
And I've been teaching my kids this. Every they come in with a problem, I'm like, okay, you come with a problem. Where's the solution for it? Let's wrap this around. Let's change this mindset so you don't go into a fear mode.
Exactly. Norma, what do you think?
I believe in wealthy mindset. You need to invest in yourself. You need to invest in your branding. You need to invest in trainings. You know, it's a lot of training. You're going to do a training in Aura, an amazing training. People need to invest because if you invest in yourself, in your training, you will have more confidence because you know what you're talking about, because you know the market, because you have the knowledge.
Yes.
I think this is very important. The wealthy mindset is incredible because there are a lot of fish for everybody. Yes. I never compare myself with anybody. Everybody's doing their things. I'm happy for them. I never turn the lights off of anybody and cheer them. But I have to do my own things in my way because it's market for everybody. But you need to invest in yourself.
And I want to take that a step further now, what Norma's saying, and I'm going to kind of help you put that in perspective a little bit so everybody can kind of follow and understand here. How many of you in this call invest in the stock market or cryptocurrency? How many of you? Just, yeah. Okay. So quite a few of you, right? You invest in crypto, you invest in the stock market. How about lead systems? How many of you have ever invested in a lead system? Okay. So here's what I want to tell you. First and foremost, before you go and invest in others, you need to invest in yourself first. And what I mean by that is you have to be able to have the confidence to go out and invest in other opportunities and invest in other people. But you have to start with you. You have to invest in yourself first. Meaning, if you don't have the confidence, we need to go out and help you build the confidence. Who does that? A coach, right? Your leadership team. They will help you build confidence so you can go out, start investing in yourself, so then you could go out and invest in other areas and invest in other situations, invest in other opportunities. But there's one bet in life that's always going to be a for sure bet. It's betting on you. It's betting on your abilities. It's betting on what you bring to the table. Nobody else.
Believe in yourself.
Exactly. And so it all starts again, right back to what? Confidence, right? That's where it's at. Who else wants to give me a little bit of breakdown of confidence and what that means?
I
Yay, Cheryl, there she is. Turn up, girl.
Vince, you cannot imagine how much I can relate to what you're saying. I'm a big fan of learning because I believe that when you learn, it gives you the confidence that you need in order to talk to other people. Because when I'm talking with a person or client, I always put in my mind, you know more than them, Cheryl. You know more than them. Because sometimes we have something in our mind that's telling us, oh, what happened if they ask me something I don't know? Well, that's okay. But at least you can show them what you know. And if you don't know, you're going to have the resources that they need in order to respond to that questions. So I'm a big fan. If there's a class out there, I'm always in a class. Always since day
We know
one.
that, Cheryl. Cheryl goes to a lot of seminars and classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. So I agree 1,000% that what gives you confidence is to be able to know a little bit more every day. So if you go to a class and at least you take 3 things that you said, I need to take from this class at least 3 things, it's gonna make you a 1% better than when you got to that class. And that 1% better, when you accumulate that, you're gonna be a better real estate agent or a person if it's a development class or to be able to get it to a coach. When you get a coach, it just try to get something from that meeting from that coach. Do believe in the coaches. I believe everybody should have a coach. Even the coaches need a coach.
That's right. That's right.
There you go, Cheryl. Danielle want to share something.
Yes.
Yes, confidence on confidence. I believe that confidence is knowing your lane and staying in it. So you know your lane and you stay in it. And then also having the grit, determination, the discipline, and the consistency within yourself. And that's in with everything, within learning, within trying, within not giving up. Your clients can build that. And my priorities is the client, if that makes sense. But I'm confident that I could deliver. And then also in crazy situations, people always be asking me, why am I in Pine Hills with my car unlocked? Or why am I doing this? I'm not scared of those areas. Not because I'm scared of them, because I'm not, but I'm confident if anything would happen, I know how to handle it. So confidence in all things, even the scary. So yeah,
I love
that's all
that.
I have.
I love that.
Thank you for sharing, Danielle.
Yeah.
One of the most confident person that I know is in here in this call, that is Ray. That guy, since I met him like 10 years ago, he was the most confident person. It doesn't matter what you ask him. If he doesn't know, he knows how to get you there. That's incredible.
That's true.
You talking about my man Ray Z?
Oh, yes,
not Jay
sir.
Z. I'm talking about Ray Z.
Crazy.
How you doing?
I
How
like
you
that
doing,
one.
guys?
Ray Z.
Thank you for that.
My man,
Ray.
what's up, Ray Z?
Good morning, everybody. So, I mean, to me, confidence is repetition creates that confidence. You doing it over and over and over and over again. It's what gives you the repetition to continue to become more confident in what you're doing. The reason why Cheryl says I'm so confident is because I kind of do everything I do and I learn is I kind of make it into a game. It makes it easier for me, right? Like when I used to make phone calls, I didn't make phone calls. I called it the hang up game, right? Like, let's see how many people hang up on me today, right? So all the negative stuff, which is a hang up that I would have, I turned it into a positive. So that way I could make more calls. And then from there, you just build on that. Like Danielle was saying, I stayed in my lane. I always focused on listings. So I was big on listings and I am big on listings because it is what I learned to do. And it is what I did a lot in my career as an agent when I was producing. So, I recommend that if anybody wants to build confidence, that's what you do. You take the negative part of what you have to do and turn it into a positive. Oh, and another thing too, if I had the guts to call the person back when they hung up on me. That one's even the trickiest, because being able to create something when you turn that into a positive, that's not easy. But to me, it was like, I would the ones that I would call back, it got to the point where I could kind of measure when I called back would stay on the line, and who would be like, I hung up on you, don't call me again, and hang up again. So I would measure that barometer, but it took a ton of people hanging up on me and me calling them back to figure that out. So confidence built throughout time. I know that Cheryl was saying about the guy with the $2 million. Think about the confidence he has to be able to, especially in this market. You know, I think he's in Miami, right? If I'm not mistaken, he's a listing agent in Miami. You know, Miami, believe it or not, they still have properties under $1 million, depending on the area and the zone that you're in. So for him to be in the 2 million mark, he literally skipped over $1 million. So that, to build that kind of confidence, you know, it goes back to, I love when Cheryl says this, but learning. It goes back to learning too. I didn't just make those calls. I learned from each and every one of them. And then I went and looked at who was a killer, like Jeb Blunt, who was a killer in fanatical prospecting. And I got tips and tricks from each and every one of those books that I read and those people that I've met. Ricky Caruth is another one that he was crazy on the phones. I learned from him. Derek Linsky, you know, you got to learn. You got to learn from the giants before you, and that helps. That helps a lot.
That's going back to like Vincent said as well, right? Like the education part of it, the having a coach, they having investing time on yourself before you can give out. You can pour from an empty cup. Truly
my coach at the time was Mike Ferry. So imagine what coach to have than the guru himself, you know. The man of real estate.
I love that. And I'm gonna kind of summarize for everybody what Cheryl, Danielle, and my man Ray Z were just talking about. And what they're saying, to summarize, I love this because it's one of my favorite things to talk about, is practice with a purpose. Has anybody ever heard this term, practice with a purpose? If I'm asking you practice with a purpose, what do you think I mean by that? Anybody?
Having a goal of what you actually going to be working on, like have it clear.
What you're going to achieve at that moment, like if whether it be achieve a learning moment or achieve a successful goal that you added to the day, that to me would be, you know.
Can I say, if we go to the gym, we know exactly what our purpose is. Why are we so confused what our purpose is when we make calls?
I love that. Exactly. And so thank you for that. And you're right. And so to finalize with that, which is practice with a purpose, when you are practicing every day, when you're going to your scripting and role playing, when you're going to your the activities Thursday, money making activities Thursday, when you're going to all these things, when you come to my skills and drills boot camp, when you come into my coaching program, you need to come in and be ready to practice with a purpose, which is practicing with a purpose every day means you walk out there and you go to practice because you want to win and you want to be the best. You want to win and you want to be the best. And the 3 W's, you're willing to work for it, you want it, so you can win it. That's what it is. And so that purpose of what you're doing, you're practicing with a purpose so you can be the best, period. That's exactly what it is. All right? I'll give you those 3 W's.
Say it again. Willing, wanted, and what is the other one?
So you gotta first, I'll give you the 3 in a row. Okay. I hinted to the 3 W's. First and foremost, you gotta want it. The second, you gotta be willing to work for it. And number 3 is so you can win it. You've got to want it. You've got to work for it so you can win it. That is the bottom line. That is everything in life. Practicing with a purpose, confidence, it all comes together full circle. So as you could see, when people are out here putting on events, when people are speaking, trying to inspire you, to help you level up, when you're going to classes, when you're going to boot camps, like everything that we just went through at the Nona office, and we went through that boot camp for a week, you need to be able to understand that when you go and you sit down and you start that day You have to be ready to practice with a purpose. At the end of the day, at the end of the class, at the end of the training, you need to walk out of there with confidence because you want it. You're going to go put in the work for it so you can win it. That's everything. That summarizes everything and what we're talking about. You guys starting to see that, right? You heard from Ray Z, you heard from Danielle, you heard from all these people. Everybody is giving you the same answer. They're just giving it to you in their term, in their wording. But to summarize, it's all the same answer. And so you have to be able to see that. Where's my friend Maria? Where's Maria Fernandez?
I'm right here.
Hello, my friend. I keep seeing you wanted to come in and you wanted to say
very
something.
quiet. It's just prayer on her.
Which, by the way, Maria, I think I came to your office in Lakeland and brought you some flyers to my event tomorrow in Lakeland.
Oh boy. Okay. That's where you're going to be. I guess I'll see you in the Aura because I also have a boot camp that I'm going to and it starts tomorrow. But I did register on your the Aura one to be able to go there also on the coaching.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. You guys are going to love that. I didn't want to get into the advertising yet, but now that we're talking about it.
Whoever didn't register, I tell you, definitely register. I'm missing out on the one tomorrow, but really I'm not missing out nothing because I'm going to get a few days with you. I wanted to share just a little small testimony that, confidence is super, super important. As realtors, we all work with expertise. We have to believe more in ourselves. Believe it or not, there's clients out there that believe more in you than what you believe in yourself. We're all professionals. We do know what we know. We just have to know to separate and put our fear and knowing that, confidence, you can do it. I had a situation and I had a client and I took him to look at a house. And it was sad to know that the situation, the loan officer came out and said, nope, he don't qualify because he made one payment behind on his mortgage. And so the other agent said, is there any way around? She said, no, FHA, no. She said, what about conventional? She said, nope, I don't think so. She didn't have assurance when she used the word, I don't think so. So she said, I don't think so. Conventional is the same as FHA. So the agent said, so there's nothing else we could do? She said, no. My client at that moment lost faith because what she said, and his response was, well, forget it. I guess it wasn't meant to be. And at that moment, when I saw his face, I had assurance that God didn't put in my way without a purpose. And at that moment, I told the agent, let me tell you something. Did you not hear? She said, I don't think so. She didn't have assurance. And immediately I got on my phone and I started researching to find out, is there a way? And to her surprise, sure enough, it was. Today, we're officially under contract. There is a way. Never give up. Believe in yourself and have confidence. The key is, the young lady said it, try to get as much class as you can. I try to do that. A lot of people look at me and say, oh, I'm this and I'm that, and they look highly on me. And sometimes we all lose our sight and perhaps lose our faith and think, I'm not on all that. Yes, you have to set your mind. I am unstoppable. Even though you may not make the amount that you want or you have your goal to, you got to always say, I'm unstoppable, because it's going to come to a point that we're going to be unstoppable.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, if you keep believing, absolutely.
Yep. I love that. And look, there's an old saying that in order to achieve, you must believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that saying's been around for decades and decades, and it really holds truth, because if you want to achieve, you have to believe. You got to believe that there's a way. And yeah, that way may take a lot of work. It may be hard. It may be challenging. It may be difficult, but there's always a way. There's always a way, and there's always going to be light at the end of the tunnel. But again, it starts with confidence. And how do we build up confidence? We have to practice with a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
That's everything to summarize what this call is about today, because what people really need to focus on is first and foremost is building confidence in yourself and your abilities. And how do I do that? I practice with a purpose. Everything that I do, I go into it because I want to learn and I want to be the best. And by the time I come out, I want to be the person that can answer whatever question that you throw at me, whatever it is in this industry, whatever it is in this business. I want to be able to answer it. Now, it's okay that you don't have all the answers, but what I'm getting at is you have to have the confidence in your abilities that you are saying, I've got the answer. I know what the answer is. I just have to be willing to have the confidence to put it out there that summarizes, hey, I can do this, right? So back to what Maria was saying, having that conversation, what did she see? She spotted it right away and she called it out for you and she highlighted it in big, bold caps. And she said, in that conversation, the loan consultant said, I don't know, or I'm not sure, or I think so, or there's trigger terms that are letting you know this person is not confident in what they're stating. Now I'm second guessing everything. So what happens now? Now all of a sudden it's a domino effect. Guess who else lost confidence? The buyer. And then guess what happens after that? It now tumbles back to Maria. Now all of a sudden everybody's losing confidence in the ability to get this done. But what do we have to do? Sometimes we have to hit the reset button. We have to be able to say, wait, we can do this. Hold on. Let's figure this out. There's got to be a way. We brought confidence right back to the level of where we needed it to be. Norma, you got something.
Yes. I believe before you have a confidence, you need to have the introspections with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what is the word?
You're talking about instruction?
Talking to yourself. You have what is the
Expectation?
How do you say?
Expectation.
Introspection with yourself and say, okay, I'm new in the market. I'm confident, but I don't know nothing. What I have to do? Get the coach. You need to pay for a coach because your license don't give you anything. Okay. Don't give you the how do the field work out there. So you need to get a coach. You need to get trainings. You need to pay for that because that will make you more confident.
Yeah.
So you have to work with yourself first before having the confidence, because I can be more confident, but I don't know nothing about the real estate market. When they ask me about what is this, the seller's market or buyer's market, I don't know. I lose confidence right away. You know, confidence in yourself is one thing, but confidence in the process with the knowledge and the trainings is another thing.
Yeah, it is. And, it's exactly what you're saying, which is you have to be able to, just be able to show that you have the confidence, right? Because what happens is it shines, it sticks out like a sore thumb. You could see it, you could spot it, right? And all of us, it happens to us in our business where we start to get to a point or we start to get to a situation that we start to lose confidence. And we lose confidence because we forgot where we came from. We forgot what we were doing. We forgot about everything that we learned. And then so what happens all of a sudden is you don't have time to read and react. And then next thing you know, your confidence level starts to drop. And so we don't, we need to focus on that confidence and build it. And back to what you were saying with the coaching, look, I see it all the time. I've seen agents where they don't want to invest in a coach. They're new into the business. They don't want to spend a couple $100 a month in a coach, but then next time I see them out, they got a new Louis purse. It's like, really?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm like, look, you took your commission, you took your one transaction that you closed, and you bought a Louis purse for $4,000, but you didn't want to invest a couple $100 into a coach so you could go buy multiple Louis purses. Look, at the end of the day, we all want fast results. We all want results now. But in order to get to that now, there's a big gap in between that says, what are we willing to do? How hard are we willing to work for it? How bad do we want it so we could go win it, right? And then so that little medium of that buffer of that in between is what's going to separate you from everybody else.
It's amazing.
Another investment is that not too big is the jaque mate. We had to go there because that will change our mind and that will give us fuel for the rest of the
6
5
months.
months
Yeah.
that we have
100%.
left of this year.
That's what La Rosa,
Important investment.
Yep.
Investment in jaque mate.
we offering that.
If I
all
can
day
say
long.
something really quick.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Kendall.
I-
Then you have
if-
Sandy and Claudia.
Yeah, if I can say that really quick, guys, you're having such a great discussion. Now, if you don't mind, what do you do though when you want to project that confidence into your client? For example, Maria was saying that she was working with a loan officer. You work so hard to get a client, and when you can lose that client in a minute because one of the partner probably make a mistake or was not confident enough. Let me share that with you really quick, guys. What Vince said about the 3W, you have to want it and willing to get it, and then you will win it. It's extremely important, and he's one of the reasons why. I always tell my client, where there's a will, there's a way. Sometimes people come to you, and many times, a client can come to you with a 500 credit score, 400 credit score. And then the loan officer will, oh no, 500, 400, no way. The minimum score, it's 580. But what about looking at the credit report first and see if there's a way to get the client to 580 and sometimes to even 700? Many times a client credit score is low because of probably the balance is high. You pay that down, next thing you know, the credit go up. Or maybe the client make very little money, but there's a family member who's willing to help. Or maybe the credit is not good now. What about your pipeline? 1 month from now, 2 months from now, 3 months from now? So the key is, are you willing to work for it? And if you're willing to work for it, you might not be ready today, but you'll be ready in 30 days. This is a new client in the future.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I'm
They're
very
willing to
grateful
win it.
clients.
Very true.
Because thank you, Kendall. That's a great point because that
Uh-huh.
goes back to wanted, willing to do it, and winning. Let's go ahead and have Sandy. Sandy, you have your hands up. We have only about 5 more minutes, guys.
Yeah, I really agree with Norma. There is a fine line between confidence and arrogance because some people just don't know anything, but they keep repeating, I'm confident, I'm confident. But when you ask them something, you realize they don't know. So we need to be very careful with that. Knowledge is power, of course, and believing in yourself is powerful, of course, but we need to be very careful between that fine line that you could end being arrogant and not confident because there is no knowledge behind. And that is why Norma insists in getting trained, in going to these, very good things that we have in the company, like Jaque Mate, which will definitely change all of our lives.
Your game.
Even if we believe we know, and if we think we know, we can always know more.
Yeah, that's one thing with the real estate market. No matter how many years you've been on the market, there's always something new to learn.
definitely every day.
Always.
Awesome.
Always.
Thank you,
I
Sandy.
get seasoned agents that have been doing this 20 years, top producing agents all the time that call me for help. And, you know, look, we, all of us combined have many, many, many years of experience in this business, but that doesn't mean that we go out there and we're arrogant and cocky.
Yes.
There's a big difference between cockiness and confidence. And like I tell everybody, don't get it twisted. You have to be confident, but don't be cocky. Don't be arrogant. Just know that you trust in your abilities and that you know the answers, but you don't have to come across that you know all the answers or that you have all the answers. And there's a way to act as if, right? We said this in the beginning, act as if. Act as if you've been there before. All my new agents, act as if, right? When you're out and you're having your consultation with a new client and you're new in the industry and they ask you, how long have you been doing this? I see most agents freeze up because they're new.
Right.
And they say, well, Vince, how can I go out and compete with a top agent that's been doing this 15 years, that knows everybody in the Orlando area or the Celebration area? What can I do to separate myself? It's real simple. Act as if. And so you're working with a Priscilla, you're working with a Norma, you're working with a Vince, you're working with a Cheryl. Guess what? You've got years of experience behind you. So don't forget those kind of things. That's confidence, right? That's the difference between confidence and cockiness. Humble yourself and just know and understand when you're having those conversations, it's okay to say, hey, my team and I have over 30 years of experience in the Orlando area.
Exactly.
I can definitely help you. Great. What did I just do? Now, all of a sudden, I didn't tell you that I'm brand new. I didn't need to tell you I'm brand new. Why? Because I got my crew behind me, and make no mistake about it, we're coming and we got this, right? My crew's got me. My coach has got me. Norma's got me. Priscilla's got me. I know I'm in good hands. So you have to be able to understand that rather than walk into that appointment and be arrogant and be like, well, my team leader, she'd been doing this a long time and I don't need no help. Well, okay, guess what just happened? See, that just went cocky. You can't do that, right? There's a difference.
Arrogant, like Sandy say.
I love that. So good job, Sandy. That was a good point, and that was a good one to bring up. And I see Claudia's got her hand up.
Hi, good morning. So yeah, one thing that I think is important too is you need to identify what's make you confident. So that way you can work better on that. And some people get stuck in the past. So if you have an experience in the past that you don't work well, or if you had somebody in your life that, put you down somehow, this can interfere in the way that you work, the way that you are right now. So it's very important, like in my opinion, that you identify what stop you to be confident. So in that way comes everything that we talked about, the work that we have to work, like get knowledge. In my case, for more knowledge that I have, more confident I feel. I feel very like, I don't feel confident if you ask me a questions and I don't know how to handle, and I'm supposed to know, because it's fine if you don't know. It's like, okay, I'm going to find out and let you know. But if it's something obvious that I'm supposed to know and I didn't get the knowledge, it's something that pushed me down, right? And another thing too is very important to get help. So once you identify, sometimes you cannot do by yourself. Sometimes you need somebody to say, look, I had that experience before. I understand you lived that before, but now it's different. Let's go do something new. Somebody who push you in a different way. And we are all so different. Maybe what is confident for me is not for you. Like some people have to have like simple things. Some women like have nails done to feel confident. Other ones doesn't need that. Just need like knowledge, the way that I say. So we just need to identify. And I think we can work better when this happens.
Yeah. And I'm gonna kind of help you wrap this up with what Claudia was just saying, which is we talked about practice with a purpose, right? We talked about all these things, but also what I want everybody to understand, it's a double-sided coin. And here's what I mean by a double-sided coin. There is such thing as putting yourself through what's called analysis paralysis. You're never going to know all the answers. Mm-hmm. Nobody expects you to have all the answers. You could keep going to the classes, you could keep going to the trainings, you could keep doing all these things, but it's not going to do you any good if you don't put it to the test and put yourself out there and just try, fail forward, have confidence, right? Those are the things that are going to help you push through that. Make no mistake about it. Like I said, a double-sided coin. You could sit and you could keep learning, you could take notes, you could do videos, you could do all these things, but there's going to come a point where you're just living in a cycle of what I like to refer to as a cycle of fear. And the cycle of fear is a wheel that will just keep turning. What does a ball do? It rolls. That's all it does. It rolls, it bounces, and it goes in whatever direction it needs to go in. But when you have a ball of fear and it just keeps rolling and going in the same direction, that's a problem, right? You have to be able to identify those things. And so when you're looking at all of everything that we are talking about, to summarize, I want to help all of you with one thing real quick. All right. I want all of you to participate with this last thing before I give you guys my plug of our classes coming up. I want all of you to say this with me and come off mute. I want to hear every single one of you repeat after me. All right. I'm going to tell you what to say. And then on the count of 3, I want every single one of you to say it. Come off mute. I want to see all of you. Are you ready? Here we go.
Ready.
On the count of 3. On the count of 3, I want you all to say, be phenomenal or be forgotten. 1, 2, 3.
Be phenomenal or be forgotten.
You see, be phenomenal or be forgotten. It's okay to fail forward. It's okay to hit roadblocks. It's okay to not have all the answers, but you got a coach behind you. You've got a team behind you. You've got people that care about you. So let's go. There's no more breaks. It's all gas from here on out. We go, we kill it, we dominate, and we get what we want. That's what we do. Monica, I am so proud of you, girl. I love you. You're amazing.
Thank you. I would like to say thank you.
Hey, good morning.
A lot.
I'm good, sweetie.
A lot in this, not only in this list, you help me and increase my confidence, and you be with me you were with me every single day. Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's amazing. But thank you guys. We have to wrap it up because we have our 9 a.m. Mindset Monday in Spanish.
Go get it.
But we definitely want to go ahead and try to log in.
Thank you, Sandy.
Don't forget about the Hack and Market. Please sign up. If you have, I know Vincent, you have a training in Aura coming up. So if you guys want to take note of that really quick before we let everybody go.
Gave you guys the flyer, and it's the 15th through the 17th. It's my 3-day boot camp that I put agents through. All the basics, all the fundamentals, everything that it takes to get you through the day, the week, the month, and the year. We are at the halfway point of the year, guys, so it's time to go. It's all gas, no brakes. The holiday season's right around the corner. We got to go now.
And again, if you Priscilla, training, we do gonna have Vincent coming up to Nona next month. We're working on a date so he can also give us a little taste in person. So don't forget that. Sure, you have something before we go?
Yes, for anybody who's interested to know more information about the Jaque Mate, Norma and I has the QR code right here that you can scan with your phone, and you can see the tickets, what is included, who's gonna be there, anything you need to know to make a decision and see you there.
Awesome, guys. Thank you again. Thank you, everybody. Have a fantastic week. I hope to everybody get great confidence this week. And like Vincent said, kill the week. Don't forget about the 3 W's.
Thank you.
And winning. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, Vincent.
I love you, Vince.
Love
Thank
you guys. Later.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.